Good morning. You're listening to Slices of Wenatchee. We're excited to bring you a closer look at one of our top stories and other important happenings every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Today, a father-son Boy Scout project planted the seeds of a family legacy, one that's now marking 60 years of Christmas tree traditions in Cashmere. Before we continue, have you joined Neighbor yet? If not, download the app today and join local conversations about issues that matter. Neighbor is a site just for our local community focused on facts, not misinformation. Best of all, it's free for everyone. To learn more, visit wenatcheeworld.com/NABUR. Now, let's jump in. Back in 1955, 11-year-old Bob Shelton had no idea he was kicking off a tradition that would span generations. As a Boy Scout in Troop 19, he needed a badge project, and his dad Gib, who also happened to be his scoutmaster, had an idea: plant Christmas trees. So, they did. They planted a couple hundred seedlings on a triangle-shaped patch of land, thinking the trees would take care of themselves. But nature had other ideas. The trees started to dry up, and instead of a simple project, the Sheltons found themselves deep in the work of tree farming, watering, fertilizing, and learning on the go. What began as a father-son experiment slowly transformed into something much larger. Bob left home in 1962 to serve in the U.S. Navy, but his father kept tending the land. And by 1964, there were enough trees to open to the public. That year marked the first official season of Shelton's Christmas tree farm. 60 years later, the farm is a wintertime staple in the Wenatchee Valley. Stretching across 7 acres just outside of Cashmere, Shelton's farm offers a mix of spruces and firs, Colorado blue, Norway, Serbian, Douglas, concolor, and even cork bark, which Bob says can look godly gorgeous in a good year. Not every species has survived the elements or the wildlife. Some, like a few unlucky trees they once tested, became easy snacks for local deer. Bob jokes that the deer saw the new flavors as gourmet. Through trial and error, the family found what worked. But beyond the science of growing a good tree, the farm became known for its relaxed, choose-your-own-tree vibe. Starting in mid-November, families come to tag your trees early, sometimes weeks before they're ready to take them home. There's no rush and no hard sell. Customers are told how things work, and then they're on their own. That kind of freedom, Bob says, is what keeps people coming back. In fact, many of the farm's regulars have been coming for decades. They started as kids tagging along with their parents, and now they bring kids of their own. Bob says it always happens the same way. Little ones run through the rows, parents reminisce, and years later those same children come back as adults, ready to make your own memories. The operation today is a true family affair. Bob and his wife Paula are still involved. Paula often helps customers, while Bob keeps a watchful eye on the land. Their son Eric handles most of the business operations and is set to take over entirely. Eric's son Alan helps with cutting and planting, organizing trees by lot, row, and number to make the customer experience smoother. Bob's daughter-in-law runs the office during the busy weeks. Everyone pitches in, just like they always have. And even with increasing demand, the Sheltons are careful not to overharvest. They sell only a set number of trees each year to ensure there's a healthy crop for the next. It's not about cleaning the fields, it's about keeping the rhythm steady year after year. And for Bob, it's no longer just about the trees, it's about the experience. He says watching kids run around, seeing families return year after year, and knowing that his little Boy Scout project grew into something meaningful, that's what keeps him going. For more, head over to wenatcheeworld.com. Are you passionate about the issues shaping North Central Washington? Then you won't want to miss the Wenatchee World Forum at Pybus. This monthly event brings together newsmakers and the community to dive into the topics that matter most. It's your chance to engage, ask questions, and be part of the conversation shaping our region's future. Have questions or need more info? Visit wenatcheeworld.com/forum. Now, a few other stories you should know about. The Chelan-Douglas Regional Port Authority has adopted its 2026 budget, including a planned $1.47 million deficit. but officials say that's part of a long-term strategy. The budget allocates over $42 million toward capital projects, some exceeding $1 million each, and the port remains financially stable with reserves and operating cash flow to support the drawdown. The projects prioritize return on investment and job creation, while state and federal funding requests target everything from air service grants to infrastructure improvements. In East Wenatchee, the City Council has approved its final 2026 budget with a $255,000 surplus in the general fund, marking the first time since 2014 that the city has added to its reserves. Officials managed the modest surplus by cutting expenses, including leaving 2 police department positions unfilled. Revenues are projected at just over $11 million, with expenses slightly under $10.8 million. With freezing temperatures settling into the Wenatchee Valley, local resident Briston Lindsay is launching a winter outreach effort this Saturday to help the homeless stay warm. She's collecting coats, gloves, beanies, and hygiene kits to hand out directly, along with turkey sandwiches. Lindsay says her goal is simple: to bring warmth and compassion to those who need it most. Donations can be made by contacting her directly at 509-433-8464. Bonaventure Senior Living has agreed to a $7 million settlement with the Washington Attorney General's office after allegations of care failures at several of its facilities, including in East Wenatchee. The company will not admit wrongdoing, but will fund service improvements and hire an independent monitor. At the East Wenatchee site, state investigators found recurring violations, including delayed reporting of alleged abuse. Bonaventure will also pay $200,000 to support future consumer protection efforts. Thanks for listening. For more information on all the stories you heard today, visit us at WenatcheeWorld.com. The Wenatchee World has been engaging, informing, and inspiring North Central Washington communities since 1905. We encourage you to subscribe today to keep your heart and mind connected to what matters most in North Central Washington. Thanks for starting your morning with us, and don't forget to subscribe to Slices of Wenatchee wherever you listen to podcasts.